The most interesting people you know might leave no trace at all. In an era dominated by constant broadcast, where every meal, achievement, sunset, or smile is shared and curated, a few remain on the periphery. They watch the world unfold online, absorbing everything, but their own squares stay dark. Their stories remain untold. You may have wondered about them. You might even be one of them. And yet, the central, quiet question persists. What lies behind that choice? The easy explanation is shyness or introversion. But that's only the surface. Beneath it lies a complete and conscious philosophy of a deliberate approach to living in a culture shouting, "Look at me." This is not an absence. It is a presence of a different kind, a psychology of preservation, a refusal to let life be flattened into a digital highlight reel. For these individuals, silence is not emptiness. It is a fortress. Choosing not to post is the deliberate act of guarding an inner world from the homogenizing gaze of the feed. Social platforms reward noise and exhibition. They incentivize performance. Those who step away are often the most perceptive observers, understanding the game so well they refuse to play. Psychological research paints a fascinating profile. People who abstain from posting tend to exhibit higher levels of introspection, self-containment, and emotional sovereignty. They are less susceptible to the comparing mind, less hungry for external affirmation. Their focus is not on proving an identity, but on discovering it. In a universe saturated with curated performances, this is a radical act of self-preservation and authenticity. Let's confront the truth. Much of what we share online is identity theater. Each post is an unconscious plea. See me. Validate me. Confirm I belong. When you step away from that stage, a fundamental shift occurs. Your sense of value detaches from digital applause. You stop experiencing life through the lens of a potential caption. You begin to live for the moment itself, rather than the moment as documented. For many, the drive to stay silent online stems from a pursuit of the genuine. It is not a rejection of technology, but a refusal to reduce a multidimensional life into curated fragments. Once you perceive how easily online perception is engineered, you begin to cherish what resists capture. The nuance, the depth, the quiet truth that exists without an audience. Sometimes, this quiet retreat comes after a kind of soul fatigue. People post, perform, and craft narratives until the act itself begins to hollow out the experience. The pressure to maintain a curated self, to outdo previous posts, becomes a weight too heavy to bear. So they fade. No dramatic exit, no public announcement, just a gradual disappearance into the background. Crucially, choosing not to broadcast is not choosing not to feel. Often, it signifies feeling too deeply to risk packaging authentic emotions for public consumption. There's a psychological principle at play. The more you externalize a private thought or memory, the more its essence dilutes. Once shared, it becomes communal property, subject to interpretation and critique. Those who abstain from posting are often protecting their psychic ownership of life itself. They keep their joys and sorrows pristine, uncommodified. This is not isolation. It is a profound form of liberty. When did you last accomplish something meaningful without the urge to announce it online? That reflex is not natural. It is conditioned by a decade of digital rewards, likes, and external validation. Stepping outside this loop is an act of reclamation. Cooking for taste rather than a photo. Traveling for wonder rather than check-ins. Reflecting for clarity rather than captions. In T-space, a different self-awareness blooms, a consciousness that does not need witnesses to affirm its existence. Yet silence is not always born of confidence. For many, it is protective. The digital world has birthed a unique anxiety. The pressure of perpetual performance. The constant knowledge that you are always on display. The cost of misinterpretation. Judgment. This quiet carries philosophical weight. In an age demanding visibility, invisibility is a declaration of self. My reality exists beyond your feed, it seems to say. They understand that the most pivotal growth often occurs in the dark, silent soil of the self. Being unseen does not equate to being insignificant. It is where transformation quietly thrives. Ironically, social media designed for connection can breed isolation. By stepping away, silent observers stop chasing digital phantoms and instead nurture tangible bonds. They notice who reaches out without prompting, who remembers them without algorithmic reminders. These connections feel heavier, richer, and more authentic than any online approval. The silent ones often possess the most captivating stories. They save them for conversations, for the warmth of shared space, where intimacy is measured by eye contact and laughter, not likes. They are the deep processors, the keen observers, the carriers of inner worlds. The longer one lives outside the posting cycle, the more sensory life rewards attention. Colors intensify, time expands, and conversations deepen. Living without narrating life allows participation over direction. It allows presence. Neuroscience supports this practice. Every like triggers dopamine, reinforcing behavior through a potent feedback loop. Resisting this requires remarkable cognitive discipline. It indicates a strong internal locus of evaluation, where worth is self-generated, not conferred. Studies show that those who reduce social media use often experience higher life satisfaction and emotional stability. When external validation no longer defines identity, the self consolidates. And authenticity. Digital silence can also mask quiet exhaustion. Platforms transformed from town squares into theaters of relentless comparison. The decision to withdraw can be a form of self-preservation, a necessary act of mental and emotional survival. One owes no explanation, no performance, only peace. Our generation has conflated visibility with value, yet the moments that truly forge us, the private grief, the quiet triumphs, the unspoken kindness often have no audience. Privacy is not loneliness, it is intimacy with oneself. The silent understand this instinctively. In quiet, they reconnect with suppressed parts of the self, intuition, desires, inner voice. Retreating from public performance becomes a homecoming. Moments of doubt will arise, fear of fading, anxiety over invisibility, questioning whether life continues unnoticed. Yet deeper awareness emerges. Value does not vanish when unseen. It solidifies into a steady internal flame. When asked, if you didn't post it, did it even happen? The profound answer is that life's most transformative moments rarely require witnesses. Congruence, the alignment of inner reality and outward expression, remains intact, preserved through intentional silence. The beautiful paradox is this: those who live quietly often experience life most acutely, freed from performative burdens. They notice subtleties, the shift of light, the texture of silence, the layers within conversation, misunderstood as distant or aloof. Their depth reflects a profound inner life. They are fully known by a select few rather than vaguely recognized by many, guarding what is too sacred for algorithms and opinions. Once public, life's nuances lose a degree of ownership. So, when you encounter a blank profile or dormant feed, resist assuming absence. Consider the possibility of profound presence. Those who fade into silence may have found richness in existence, untouched by digital validation. They are the remembers in an age of forgetting, showing us that essence resides not in spotlight, but often in shade. The most interesting people you know might leave no trace at all. In an era dominated by constant broadcast, where every meal, achievement, sunset, or smile is shared and curated, a few remain on the periphery. They watch the world unfold online, absorbing everything, but their own squares stay dark. Their stories remain untold. You may have wondered about them. You might even be one of them. And yet, the central, quiet question persists. What lies behind that choice? The easy explanation is shyness or introversion. But that's only the surface. Beneath it lies a complete and conscious philosophy of self, a deliberate approach to living in a culture shouting, "Look at me." This is not an absence. It is a presence of a different kind, a psychology of preservation, a refusal to let life be flattened into a digital highlight reel. For these individuals, silence is not emptiness. It is a fortress. Choosing not to post is the deliberate act of guarding an inner world from the homogenizing gaze of the feed. Social platforms reward noise and exhibition. They incentivize performance. Those who step away are often the most perceptive observers, understanding the game so well they refuse to play. Psychological research paints a fascinating profile. People who abstain from posting tend to exhibit higher levels of introspection, self-containment, and emotional sovereignty. They are less susceptible to the comparing mind, less hungry for external affirmation. Their focus is not on proving an identity, but on discovering it. In a universe saturated with curated performances, this is a radical act of self-preservation and authenticity. If this perspective resonated with you, please like and subscribe to this channel. It truly helps the winds of thought grow and reach others who think deeply. And if there's any topic you want me to explore next, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for your time and your quiet attention.